Hello everyone. Today, we're going to explore the different types of lines in a simple and straightforward way. Let's get started. To calculate distances, straight lines are used. The simplest way to define a straight line is as the shortest path between 2 points. For example, the line on the left is a straight line, while the line on the right is a curved line. There are 3 types of pairs of lines. The first type of lines is parallel lines. These are lines that never touch. They can be recognized visually because the distance between them is always the same. The second type of lines is perpendicular lines. These lines form a 90-degree angle when they intersect. The third type of lines is intersecting lines. These lines intersect and they do not form a 90-degree angle. Let's look at some examples. Lines A and B are perpendicular because when they cross, they form a 90-degree angle. Lines A and C are intersecting lines because when they cross, they do not form a 90-degree angle. Lines D and B are parallel because they never intersect, and the distance between them is always the same. Lines C and B are intersecting lines because when they cross, they do not form a 90-degree angle. Lines A and D are perpendicular because when they cross, they form a 90-degree angle. A vertical line is a line parallel to the y-axis, meaning the x-coordinate does not change. For example, the straight line that passes through 3, 0 and 3, 5 is vertical, because the x-coordinate remains the same. The line that passes through 4, 1 and 6, 4 is not vertical because its x-coordinate varies. For example, at this point, the x value is 4, and at this other point, the x value is 6. A horizontal line is a line parallel to the x-axis, meaning the y-coordinate does not change. For example, the straight line that passes through 0, 3 and 6, 3 is horizontal, because the y-coordinate remains the same. The straight line that passes through 1, 4 and 3, 5 is not a horizontal line because its y-coordinate changes. For example, at this point, the y value is 4, but at this point, the y value is 5. A diagonal line is a line that is not parallel to the x-axis or the y-axis. We could say that this is an inclined line. The diagonal line varies in both the x-axis and the y-axis. The line that passes through 2, 2 and 5, 6 is diagonal because it changes in the x-axis and also changes in the y-axis. Now let's practice with some exercises. Determine each type of line based on the figure below. The line that passes through 2, 3 and 7, 4 is an inclined line because the x-coordinate is different and the y-coordinate is also different. The line that passes through 1, 2 and 5, 2 is a horizontal line because its y-coordinate is 2 in both points. We can also see visually that it is parallel to the x-axis. The line that passes through 3, 5 and 3, 1 is a vertical line because its x-coordinate is 3 in both points. We can also see visually that it is parallel to the y-axis. Now let's practice with a problem involving coordinates and lines. Braulio's house is at 2, 2 and his school is 5 units up in such a way that the path is parallel to the y-axis. After going to school, Braulio goes to his girlfriend Diana's house, which is 7 units to the right, with respect to the school. The path from Diana's house to the school is perpendicular to the path from the house to the school. In what point does Braulio end up? First, we locate the point 2, 2, which is where Braulio's house is. To locate the school, we move 5 units up parallel to the y-axis, or 5 units up vertically, reaching the point 2, 7. The path from Diana's house to the school is perpendicular to the line we traced. Moving 7 units to the right, forming a 90-degree angle to the right, Braulio ends up at 9, 7. In the following videos, we'll see how to calculate the slope of a line and how to determine if 2 lines are parallel or perpendicular based on the slope. If you want to watch the next video about lines, here's a card.